Hi, class. Now that I've finished grading all your papers, and I do thank you for turning them in and turning them in so timely, I want to share some general feedback. I have given individual feedback on all the papers, which includes an individual video, my writing on your Turnitin copy of the paper, and comments in the rubric. So please, please, please read them. My role in providing feedback is not to make you feel bad or make you feel like you did something wrong, or to praise you so much as to make sure that I'm fulfilling my job in offering recommendations for how you can make changes in the future. To help with writing papers, which is not an easy thing to do. So please read my feedback. One or two general comments I would really like to make. Number one, please be mindful of what your topic is. We have already spent several weeks discussing socioeconomic determinants of health and how they prohibit access to health or get in the way of people getting good health care. If you are writing about care coordination for chronic illness, you are writing about care coordination, not just chronic illness. So you want to talk about the process of being ill and going from one doctor and maybe having therapy recommended, moving on to another doctor. What happens if some of that follow-up isn't done or the patient can't afford it? So be sure to include that in your papers. I think those of you who are writing about mental health for veterans, you're doing pretty good at sticking to the topic of mental health and what's getting in the way of access. For those of you who are writing about pharmaceutical costs and the elderly, or older adults, as the elderly like to be called, you're doing a pretty good job at looking at what the problem is as far as day-to-day life and what the implications could be. But be sure to look back at when the problem started. When did we first start noticing that costs were skyrocketing, and that was really getting in the way of elderly people being afford to medicate their medications. Other than that, this is a little controversial. I know people don't really understand it when they read it the first time. Use citations to back up what you say. Don't simply express opinions. If you say something that isn't common knowledge and you don't back it up with some sort of statement from somebody else that agrees with you, or with some data, some information that supports what you're saying, then all you're writing is an opinion. And in college papers, we don't want opinions. We want actual facts. I wrote a lot of other information that you can look at below. Please do so. If you have any issues or comments, please make sure to get in touch with me. I respond to email pretty quickly. Thanks again for turning in your papers so quickly. I really appreciate your efforts. Thank you.